I was like, yeah, man, I only read the North Korean news. And I read that Kim Jong-un actually won the Masters. He actually hit,
Hole in one on
he
all
actually went
holes.
18 under.
Shout out, you're right, because they did. Oh, yeah. They had a way better.
Ah,
Dum, 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 dum.
we got the sailboat in the house. We got the sailboat in the house. Ah,
Make
we
them
got,
say,
shut up. We got the monkey.
ah.
We got the monkey. Ah.
Huh? You see the sailboat on the wall, huh? Is that the greatest MTV Cribs episode that was ever made? I believe so.
Also the worst. That's what made it so good. Oh, you gonna bob through this?
I ain't allowed to touch the mic, so the mic ain't allowed to touch me either.
That was stupid.
You can definitely tell we were sleep deprived today. I'm not. I slept good.
You know who's about to catch a case? Who caught a case was old girl who thought she was grabbing the taser and instead grabbed the
Oh yeah,
yistle.
she legitimately caught a case, a manslaughter case.
Grabbed the
That's what you fucking
yistle,
get.
pulled up from the hip.
That's what you get.
So I was thinking about this. I was like, why don't they switch the hips? This might be an actual easy solve. Put the gun, all cops are required to wear their firearm on the opposite hand, right? You cannot have it on the dominant hand because it adds time. And I know that decreases safety, right? It is what it is. We have a problem
Officer of the
with
peace.
people accidentally shooting people and shooting people too fast. I'm actually okay with having the right hip be a Looney Tunes gun that you pull out and it goes bang and the little thing comes out and it just says bang.
It says bang.
Like-
Grab your real gun now.
Gotcha, bitch.
Just to like, it gives a moment to make sure. Did you really need it, or are you still safe? Because you're still safe. You don't need it.
Bang. I'm also okay with requiring police officers to, they can have the AR in the trunk. I'm all right with that. Have the shotty on the
It's
in the
usually
center
wrapped
console.
up, right?
I'm okay with that. Yeah. I'm okay with those
I
things.
really,
Maybe we bring back the
I only
revolver.
know the view from the back of the
Because-
cop car, so I don't really know what it looks like in the front.
Can we get single action revolvers back? Let's give them single actions. Maybe that'll do good.
I feel like if we really want to set a precedence that guns aren't important or necessary, maybe we should start with the police. If they don't need guns, then citizens don't need guns. Because if law-abiding citizens don't require guns, then why do police officers require guns? Unless you're telling me that they don't abide by the laws.
Big facts. Big facts.
You know what?
I was thinking about that actually.
What was that?
Like,
What you got? Lay it out.
do the cops, do they really need it? Also, like, why is the taser the same shape as a gun?
I mean, I get it because you're trying
Like-
to use like a tested and workable silhouette for a projectile.
I want the taser shaped like an RPG.
Here's my thought is, most of the time when they say that they grab the taser instead of the gun, that's like a common police union response to use, because like if you really go down the rabbit hole of what's fucked up about the police, it's the police unions. That's where people really need to go. I'm not going to sit here on a soapbox and preach it to you, but that's where, if you're curious, you should go into how police unions influence these moments. But in a lot of like their legislation, we'll just call it that, their paperwork, their guidelines, their rapport with like the DA and everything, if you say you grabbed your taser instead of the gun, it's pretty much like a get out of jail free card. In this case, though, I will say that in the video you can see her clearly say taser, taser. So I'll think that she probably did think she had a taser. But here's my next point on that: if you're that fucking stupid, you don't need to be a fucking police officer.
I legit think that we have an issue with people being shitty at their jobs.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest issue that we have overall, right? And I say this, if you can't understand why some cops do stupid things and suck at their job, then you need to reflect on the other people in your life that are stupid and do a bad job.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Walmart. Go check out how many cashiers, their whole job and their whole livelihood is based off of making money by being a fucking cashier, and they still fuck it up.
They can't count.
Right?
They can't fucking read.
Just saying. Just saying.
My thought is...
Just on Instagram, thinking about that, this bitch on Instagram, yeah, I shouldn't call people bitches, but...
Yeah, but the bitches love it.
Damn, I get off topic hard as fuck. Like
hard.
When I get ad-libbed, it fucks with me. This chick, she was saying, she was arguing that math was invented for no reason. She was asking, why is math necessary? And she said, why did Pythagoras or whatever, why did he come up with y equals mx plus b? I'm like, bitch, he didn't come up with that. That was Descartes.
This bitch is plain like dumb all around, huh? Like, what, you don't even know the fuck you're talking about.
She's like, I get knowing how to count, but why do we need to know all this other shit? That was like, you probably don't. You definitely don't.
You might not. Somebody does.
Exactly. But I mean, yeah, it's amazing how many people are dumb and suck at their job. It's really common.
Yeah, but my thought is like the outrage that comes along with this is justifiable because the stakes of a police officer being bad at their job is much higher than a cashier. You know what I mean? As lighthearted as it sounds.
But it doesn't make it any less prevalent.
No, like the prevalency is still there throughout our community and our society, but I feel like we need to really, because people say defund the police. I feel like that's bad semantics. You need to reutilize the funding of the police to train them better. That's really what you should be doing. I don't think you should defund them. I think you should restructure their finances to make them train more. Jocko, I know we talk about Jocko a lot for you having an anti-Jocko podcast, but he still had the greatest point in my mind is they don't get trained enough. So when it's time to perform, they fail. And then, but here's the thing too, is if when they fail, we need to stop letting them walk. We need to start holding them accountable, which is where the police unions come into play. Like I said, go do some research, go down that rabbit hole, check that out.
Big facts. We're starting to get short on time over here, but I wanted to talk about Iran getting their nukes fucked up by maybe Israel again.
Fuck y'all.
Israel, apparently, I think they knocked out the power and screwed up some of their centrifuges.
Fuck them.
And I think that's the second time they've done it, which is what's really funny.
You know what's odd to me is how much we are, as a country, the United States is involved in the Middle East, but we never really cover what's happening in the Middle East until like something like big and sparkly happens, like when Iran bombed al-Assad air base over there in Iraq. Shout out to al-Assad. I was out there back in the day, but we should, I feel like as American people, like maybe we should get like a little more, like not everybody to each their own, but like news media as a generalization, broad brush. Why don't we never pay more attention to like these type of happenings? Like this is a significant thing for global politics.
I will say this. I was thinking about this along those lines, that if you are getting your news about your own country from your country's news, you may not be getting the right stories. Like I was making a joke because one of the guys at work said he was he was like, I was reading about this Iran shit from Israel's news. And I was like, oh, maybe you should look at Iran's news and see what Iran had to say about it. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm sure they're being really honest. I was like, yeah, man, I only read the North Korean news. And I read that Kim Jong-un actually won the Masters. He actually hit he actually went 18 under. He went 18 under. And the guy was like, oh, yeah, I heard he got 3 hole-in-ones. I go, 3 hole-in-ones on par 5s.
Well, didn't you ever hear about his tale where he hole-in-one every hole on the course? He shot an 18.
Yeah, that was his dad.
That was his dad? Whoops, my bad.
Kim Jong-il said that.
So fat, I can't tell the difference.
I was thinking about that, though, that if your main news source is CNN, like I really appreciate the people that go to BBC, even though BBC is kind of like haters. They kind of hate on us a little bit.
That's why I like to go
But
to BBC, because
at least they're hating on.
there's some moments to be had in the shade.
Yeah, that's the thing is like people that have hated on me have also been semi-accurate. Like we always say, oh, you're a hater. It's like, well, maybe he's right.
Well, I mean, if you're hating on me, you're probably pinpointing like some ugly truths, right?
At least sometimes. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily relevant. Like, oh, you got a big ass forehead. It's like, is there forehead? Nah, I mean, whatever.
Hey, I know somebody who like it. All right.
But you get what I'm saying. Like, sometimes hate, like, oh, like his fucking car ain't that cool. It's like, yeah, like, is he really hating on you for having the car, or is he hating on you for talking about your car all the time?
It's like, oh, you need a big fucking lifted power coming diesel because you feel insecure about your masculinity. It's like, oh, there's some truth in that.
There might be. Maybe you just like big ass fucking trucks.
Like haul livestock. Then like, yeah, that makes sense. You need a big ass truck. Or
also in the news, Joe Biden said he's going to pull the troops out of Afghanistan by September 11th. Oh, bravo! Using some political stunt by September 11th. That's
every president's done this for the last like 4 in a row. Hey.
Oh my God. The truth is the actual question here is this a good idea? I mean, we've tried this experiment before. Is leaving the country alone good? Is it good for the people there? Does it actually help things out?
Well, what's wild is I was one of these people at one point in time. Remember we removed all the troops from Iraq? Well, then we sent them back, weird. And then the Husky man had to go there. And guess what? The cool parts of base were locked down by the Iraqis, and I had to live in a fucking dusty little hole because we decided we didn't need the base anymore. We saved the world. Yay. And they're like, psych, get your asses back in there. And now I don't even have the cool dorm to sleep in. Now I sleep in a fucking sheet metal box full of dust.
And why did we have to come back?
I don't know, because as soon as I was leaving, they're like, we're pulling the troops out again. I was like, cool. And then they went back. And then now Biden's like, we're pulling the troops out. It's like, yeah, okay, 3 months. We'll talk about this.
Yeah. I think it's stupid.
It's just something to say to the people. Like, it's not a real thing. I feel like they're probably restructuring some Manning logistics somewhere, and then he's like, "This will be a good time to where am I? Oh yeah, hold. Read from the paper. Yes, Kamala. Yes, Kamala. I'll read from the paper. Quit hitting me. Oh God, I'm live. Oh shit."
I really think it's a stupid idea. I think having a presence in the Middle East is a good idea, and I hate to say this about another country, but it's not a great country. Like, I've been to Bagram. Bagram is this big thing in the middle of fucking nowhere. Okay? It wasn't like we put Bagram in the middle of a city like Kabul. Right? Yeah. It's next to Kabul, but it ain't in Kabul. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, I can understand soccer field. Like, okay, let them have their soccer field back. But like, there's not a whole lot in Afghanistan, my friend.
They got rocks.
It's like putting a base in the middle of nowhere in Kansas, which we do. Like, does it actually cause a lot of fucking problems? Not really. It actually probably helps your economy at least a little bit.
Well, yeah, because the Army soldiers, they go into the local watering saloons, smack around the patrons, and then get Ubers home, pumping money into the economy.
Shout out. We're gonna close this up. For those of you who don't know, Permission to Speak Freely, the audio is out. By the way, to you, my fellow producer. I don't know what we're gonna call it. You're my co-host. I don't fucking know. But
I'd like to go by producer/co-host.
Producer. I'm cool with producer/co-host. And I put it out. It's labeled in Buzzsprout as episode 11 so that it didn't like mess up the order. But it is episode 1 of Permission to Speak Freely, episode 11 of Left Hooks Are Free. So
interesting.
You get it. Yeah.
We will sort
but this it's out there. We covered joining and training, just a little bit of basic training, a little bit of nonsense. We're kind of just trying to get the ball rolling here, talking about how our experience, where we began, where we were at in our lives, whether our recruiter served us bullshit, how to pick a job that makes fucking sense, and chilling the fuck out and not taking joining the military as seriously as the world would tell you have to. So that's where we started. The next episode that we're gonna do this monthly, should be out by the 15th of next month. Is gonna be on tech school, which is gonna have a lot of bullshit. It's gonna be really hard not to snitch on ourselves because we did a lot of dumb shit. So
this will be fun.
I'm looking forward to it.
Stuff.
It's going to be a good time. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's on all the audio formats, no video. So enjoy. Listen to it on your ride to work. Laugh a little. Enjoy.
Bow, bow,
and
bow.
Anything from you?
I think early this week, fuck y'all. Early next week, y'all might see. I'm gonna put out a finna say something episode. Little short stories.
Teasing this.
I know I'm gonna tease it all day until it comes. But it's she real now. She here now. She's with us. Just me ranting about random shit. Kind of maybe going more in depth on certain fights that we don't really have the time for or the place for here. Just things like that.
Makes sense.
Me just drinking coffee and talking shit.
I would like you to do a review on Kokomo on the next episode.
You want me to? I'm considering.
I want you to tell me what you think.
I'm considering bringing my tripod and all that and just vlogging the whole time.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Vlog it.
I might go grab a GoPro. Vlog City.
A GoPro? Got some money.
Hey.
A large?
Some
Got money. Such a great episode. Yeah, we're going to wrap this up, though. I think we're at an hour and 40, roughly an hour and a half, which tends to be a good spot. So thanks for joining us, y'all, on the Left Hooks Are Free podcast, where right hooks are always half off, and I just stuffed my face in this microphone, about put it down my throat. Hope you guys enjoy. Leave comments. Watch the fucking clips. Share it. You can find us on Instagram. You can talk shit. Talk shit. We thoroughly enjoy when people interact and they talk shit, and I like to talk shit back. So do me a favor. Do the Husky boy a favor. Talk a lot of shit. Tell us what you hate. Tell us what you like. Yeah. Tell us that our mamas are fat, and we may whoop your ass. So.
Yeah, don't do that. I'll hit you. But, I'm more intelligent than I might appear. Talk to me. I talk back. I'll say something. It ain't always got to be violent.
No, I want violence. All right, see you guys. There. Thanks for fucking stopping by. Thanks for not being a part of the conversation, but listening. Fuck you. Bye.
Wow.